Now I'm going to go over the quarter turn technique, or some people also call it the quarter pivot. The idea is pretty simple. It's something like this. I'm going to step from this position. We'll go from this diagonal right here, like this. So the idea is, actually, we'll go from here. From there, let's say my opponent throws a jab or something, okay? And then, or it doesn't matter what he throws. He throws 1, 2, and he pulls his hand back. 1, 2, boom, 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 right? Or the other one, if he's here, stay there, stay there, stay there. Okay, throw 1, 2, 1, boom, boom, boom. So the idea is you just take a quarter pivot, so it's just, because 180 would be fully turning the other way. Quarter would be my opponent is in front of me, turn, boom, boom, right? Kind of shift the angle. Or turn, he falls through, boom, boom. Now, that's how it works in theory. In theory, that you just keep the front foot down, you turn, and then you have an angle, yay, you knock him out. You knock out your opponent. But I'm going to go into the details a little better and where I think most people get it wrong. So, where most people get it wrong is that they don't move the front foot first. They keep the front foot in position, okay? So in a fight like this, how about this angle? Let's go from this diagonal angle right here. In a fight like this, if my front foot is here, when I quarter pivot, I'm still in range of the left hook. So let's say my opponent throws 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, boom. I'm still in range. It's muddy, it's messy. Maybe he throws 1, 2, 1, 2. Maybe that can happen. But for as long as my front foot is here, it's going to be a problem. Now I'm going to show you this angle right here that many fighters like to do, this one. The theory goes that your opponent throws 1, 2, and you pivot out of the 2. 1, 2, boom, boom. In reality, for me, when you do this, the only thing that's going to happen is they throw jab, hold that here, you pivot, your back is to your opponent, your back of your ribs to your opponent. Where do you think the right hand's? It's going to the back of your head or the back of your ribs. It's not a good position for you. So the difference for me, the detail for me, is that you have to move the front foot. Don't just keep it on the bottom. So how do I set up the front foot? I'll show you for this one. This is the easier one. What I do on the jab, boom. Okay, I step out. Now, those right, boom. You see I'm able to face my opponent. He's not seeing my back. I see his back, if anything. And I get to counter. Okay, so again, and I want to show you this detail because from here, when they jab, boom, you see, I'm not elusive. I'm big. I'm like a big door. So I closed, I opened, and then I closed. Boom. Close, open, close. There are many fighters that they go, oh, I want to be defensive. Small, small, small. Then they turn. This is terrible. This is really terrible. Open, close. Okay? Close, open, close. That is better. Now for this pivot right here, we're going to go from this angle. Same thing right here. If I have my front foot here, when I turn, I'm going to get hit with something for sure. So what I need to do, doesn't matter when you do it, you decide. It could be on the jab. Let's say opponent jabs, boom. That's the time. You see that jab, boom. Maybe normally before you went something like this, you see, and you got it caught inside your opponent. I want you to step out that way. Boom. Then your opponent throws right hand, boom. Boom, boom, boom. That's the angle we want. Another time when you can do it, doesn't have to be for the jab, can also be when you pivot, when you duck the right. So let's go slowly, jab, then right. Okay? And then hook. He's going to throw hook, boom, boom, and there it is. So you're looking for 2 ducks. So let's make it all smooth, okay? 1, 2, 3, all at once. Boom, 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 boom. And that would be the rhythm for it. Now, there's going to be just a few other nuances. I don't want to go too much to it today. Later on, there's going to be something even more advanced than that. You have to know the difference between when you want to step or when you want to pivot. So for example, I can stand like this, and then for a quarter pivot, I stand like this. I'm just going to take this leg and step back. That's it. It is so sharp, you almost don't see it. So here it is. I'm going to show it to my opponent. Okay, my opponent is going to throw a 1-2. You don't see any pivot. Some fighters, they say, oh, don't pivot because maybe you might pivot off balance. And it is true. Because there are many fighters that when they do the quarter turn, when they pivot, they're so leaning back and they go off balance already. It's just a force of natural habit. So you really have to go like 1, 2, and stay down. Okay, so some fighters believe, don't turn, just reach like that. You can also do that. Going to the other side, you can do that as well. So let's say from here, and let's say I'm gonna step a little bit. Yeah, that's good, that's good. So from here, it's gonna jab, boom, boom. You see, so I just walked. I literally went 1, 2, something like that, 1, 2. Okay, I'm not so focused on the pivot. If I want to pivot, I turn my foot like this. Sorry, let's do it again. It's very slow, okay? Just a jab, 1. You see, I step my front foot like this. Again, 1. Step my front foot like this. Then, as I do this, I step here. Almost thinking outward. I know, it's weird because you want to face him already. But if you try to face him, it will make a pivot energy. So it's almost like out, out. Okay, yes, my body turned naturally, but I was trying to go out, out, like that. So let's do this again. Out, out. Boom, boom, boom. If I want to pivot, then on the jab, I would turn. Boom. You see? It's almost like, look at my hip. Boom. Got it? Boom, boom. Reversed, reverse. So again, jab. Boom, boom. 1, 2, please. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's the nuance for now. It's not that advanced. Try to remember it. Try to do it. Decide which way. Are you going that way, this way, that way, this way. Going straight, pivot, pivot. Okay, actually, or maybe here. Yeah, pivot. All right, that's the detail. Work on it.